A lot of realtors struggle finding the time to create content for social media. They often tell me like, hey John, if I could delete social media, I would. But I know I need to be on there so my clients can see me. And so what a lot of them do, they hire an agency who posts on their Facebook business page, they burn a couple $1,000 and end up getting nothing for it. So in this video, I'm going to show you the 4-step I use to hire my video editor so you can get someone to manage your social media at a fraction of what you would charge an agency and get actual results. And because I know your time is super valuable, timestamps are down below, so let's get right into this video. These agencies, they'll promise in the world, they'll take care of the social media, create the content, they'll make sure that it's on brand, they'll make sure to post to all the different platforms so you can boost your visibility, boost your online presence, and get in front of the most people possible, and you don't have to do anything. They'll manage all your social media for you. And then they'll tell you all you got to do is sign this contract and lock you in for 3 to 6 months because, you know, social media takes a bit of time to work. It's not an overnight thing. Social media takes some time to compound, right? And so you sign the contract, you get locked in for a few months, you burn a couple $1,000, and next thing you know, you still got 0 engagement, 0 leads, and have nothing to show for the money that you just spent. No return on investment at all. So here's why hiring an agency doesn't work. Agencies at this price range aren't charging you enough money to fulfill on the promises that they told you they would. And the great agencies cost an arm and a leg. They cost you multiple thousand, 3 to 4, sometimes $5,000 plus per month. And so what these cheap agencies do is that they'll create an infographic on Canva, you know, slap your brand on it, your colors, your fonts, your logos, slap your headshot on there, and then they'll schedule it out to all the social media platforms. And they'll say, boom, content is scheduled. You have content on all the platforms. And because you're already super busy, you're not checking to see how well the content is doing. You're just making sure it gets posted. And then this carries on for a few months because I said you're probably locked into a contract and you get nothing for it. Or you hire one of those other agencies where it's like, hey, you record the content and then we'll edit it and schedule it out for you. And then you never end up recording any content because you were busy, hence why you hired an agency in the first place. And so nothing ever gets scheduled or posted. In both cases, you're burning money and not getting anything to show for it. So if you have an agency that's charging you $500 a month to create the content, edit the content, and schedule out the content, they're either severely undervaluing the services that they're providing, or they're just getting started. Either way, you're not in a good position because you're going to get the short end of the stick. So now that you know not to hire one of these cheap social media agencies, but you still want to get your social media taken off your plate and have someone else do it for you, here's the exact steps that I would do. Step number 1, hire a part-time editor. You want to go on a website like Upwork or OnlineJobs.ph and put a job post for part-time work, or full-time work if you're creating a ton of content already, but don't work on a per project basis, on a per video basis. You want to offer a part-time position or a full-time position with a salary. And just for a rule of thumb, it'll cost you about $30 per video to get a YouTube video edited, and it'll cost about $10 to $15 to get a reel edited. So let's say you want to do 1 long-form content a week and 1 reel a week. It's going to be 30 and 15. That's about 45 right there. It'll cost you 4 weeks about $180 right there if you were to get 1 long form video and 1 reel edited. Now this $180, that's going to be your starting salary. Step number 2 then, I want you to record a sample video. Record a 1 to 2 minute video introducing yourself, your business, who you help, and why you're different than the competition. I want you to intentionally leave any mistakes, any mess ups, any stutters, anything, right? Don't make this video good. You're not posting this video to the internet. You're just going to use this as a sample video so that you can send out to all of the video editors that apply and vet them. Step number 3, you want to test these editors, right? Of the editors that apply, you want to send them all that sample video and just tell them, hey, edit this as if it were a YouTube video. Let's say TikTok or IG or some of the other platforms you're focused, edit this as if it were real. Don't give any other instructions. Just say that to all the editors. The reason why you don't want to give any instructions is because you want to see what they're capable of. You want to see how creative they are. You want to see how they work. Now, just a quick sidebar. Most of these editors probably won't get back to you. A lot of these editors, especially on OnlineJobs.ph, a lot of these editors just apply for positions and they're spraying and praying, hoping that they could find someone to work with. So know that some will not get back to you. They're just sending out applications. Of the editors who remain, of the ones that actually send you an edited version of the video, go through all of them, and whoever is your top choice, ask them to hop on a Zoom call, which is right into step 4, which is choose the right fit. On the Zoom call, you want to feel them out, see how they are as a person, see if they can speak English well. That's going to be a biggie, especially if you're creating content in English. And if you're creating content in another language, like Spanish per se, see if they can speak Spanish, right? If you feel that this person is someone that you could work with, then proceed to onboard them and can start working with them. If not, then go to the next editor in the list and ask them to hop on a Zoom call and repeat the process. I'm currently on my third editor in the last year or so, but my first editor I worked with for about 5 months. Then I worked with my second editor for about a month. And then the third editor who I'm currently with, I've been working with since December of 2023 without any breaks. We've been working together for almost a year now. Now, why this strategy works so much better than trying to hire a social media agency is because, as I said, the cheap agencies are a waste of money and the good agencies cost a whole lot of money. The next best alternative is hiring a freelancer, but they usually have multiple clients, right? They're usually not as available or as accessible as someone who works for you part-time or full-time would be. Right? It's harder to get a consistent workflow or routine going with a freelancer because some weeks they might have a bunch of people reaching out to them for content, and some weeks they may not have any, right? So you're not in control of that. It's their business. And it's harder to get a good editing chemistry going because, as I said, they have a bunch of other clients who they're working with at the same time. When you offer someone a part-time position or a full-time position, especially if they're from another country that is not as developed as the US, a lot of these people are going to be a lot more higher quality and be better candidates because they're going to be more grateful. The life as a freelancer is super tough. There's always people that are willing to undercut you, especially because the US dollar goes so far in some of these other countries. It's just a race to the bottom of who can provide the cheapest level editing services. But when you offer a full-time or part-time position, you get someone who's going to be more dedicated to helping you out. You're going to be getting someone that his only focus is to help you out with your content. And then since they're only helping you, they can focus on your mannerisms, your tendencies. It'll be the editing process will be a lot smoother because they're going to understand how you record video, the way you talk, your style. Also, it's a lot easier to create a seamless workflow that works for the both of y'all. Because, as I said, they're not managing other clients. It's usually only you and maybe one other person there, you offer them part-time work. So it'll be way easier to stay organized on their part, and they can be all that time back into providing the highest quality edits. But most importantly, you'll pay a fraction of what you would charge an agency. And a lot of these editors are actually willing to work out a deal with you because they'll rather have someone provide long-term stable work than have multiple one-off clients and projects. And if you throw them an extra $100, maybe extra $200, you can easily get them to not just edit your content, but then also schedule it out using a tool like Metricool. Now, for anyone that doesn't know what Metricool is, it's just a social media scheduler that I've been using. Once I get my content edited, I go in there, I download it, and then I upload it to all the different platforms through Metricool. And while we're on the topic of content, some of you guys may be struggling to come up with content ideas. So if you are, I actually made a free video showing you how to create a year's worth of content in under 10 minutes using ChatGPT. All you got to do is click here to watch it.